Assalamu alaikum everyone. My name is Muhammad Owais. Yeah, well, and I am a student of Rehan College. Today I am going to discuss an interesting and inspiring topic: exploring creativity. How to find your unique voice. Creativity helps us express our thoughts, ideas, and talents in a special way. Every person has a unique voice that makes them different from others. By exploring creativity, we can discover our true potential and build confidence in ourselves. Hello, Chatgpt.
Hey there. Great to have you here. What's on your mind today?
Okay, I have some questions for you.
Of course. Feel free to ask whatever you need, and I'll do my best to help out.
Okay, okay.
What do you, no rush at all. Take your time, and whenever you're ready, just let me know what your questions are.
What is creativity?
That's a great question. Creativity is basically the ability to come up with new, original ideas or to see things in a fresh way. It can show up in art, problem solving, writing, science, basically anywhere you're creating something new or making connections others might not see.
Why is creativity important in life?
Yeah, that's a really big one. Creativity is important because it helps us solve problems in new ways, express ourselves, and adapt to a changing world. It keeps life interesting, helps us connect with others, and can even drive progress in technology and society. So it's really a big deal.
Okay, what does unique voice means?
So a unique voice is really about the way you express yourself, whether that's in writing, speaking, art, or even how you think. It's what makes you stand out with your own perspective, tone, and style, something that's truly yours and different from anyone else.
Okay, how can a person discover their unique voice?
That's a really good question. It often takes some time. You can discover your unique voice by trying different creative outlets writing, speaking, making art, and paying attention to what feels most natural or exciting for you. Also, listen to yourself, reflect on what matters to you, and don't be afraid to experiment.
Okay, why is self-expression important for creativity?
Yeah, that's really key. Self expression is like the fuel for creativity. It lets you tap into your personal experiences, emotions, and ideas. When you express yourself honestly, you give your creativity a place of grow, and it often leads to more authentic, powerful ideas.
Okay, how can students improve their creative skills?
Ooh, great question. Students can boost their creative skills by exposing themselves to new experiences, reading different kinds of books, trying out new hobbies, collaborating with others. They can also practice daily, even small creative exercises like journaling, sketching, or brainstorming ideas. The more they experiment, the more confident they get.
Okay, what role does imagination play in creativity?
Imagination is super central. It's like the playground of creativity. It lets you envision possibilities that don't exist yet, combine ideas in new ways, and dream up things beyond the here and now. So, imagination is really like a spark that sets creative ideas in motion.
Okay, how can reading books increase creativity?
Oh, absolutely. Reading books exposes you to different worlds, perspectives, and ideas you might not encounter in everyday life. It stretches your imagination, helps you see things from new angles, and can spark all sorts of creative connections, whether it's in writing, art, or just how you solve problems.
Okay, now why should we try new experiences to become creative?
Yeah, trying new experiences is super important because it pushes you out of your comfort zone. You meet new people, you see unfamiliar places, and you get exposed to different ideas and ways of thinking. All that novelty is like fuel for your creative brain. It gives you fresh material to play with.
Okay, how can art and music inspire creativity?
Oh, definitely. Art and music are amazing because they tap into emotions and experiences in ways that words sometimes can't. They give you new ways to see the world, feel different rhythms, and connect different ideas. So they really open up the creative channels in your mind.
Okay,
If anything else pops into your mind or you want to dive into a little
what
bit
are
more,
the common obstacles to creativity?
yeah, there are a few big ones. A lot of times, self doubt can get in the way, or just fear of making mistakes. Routine and lack of variety can also block creativity, along with too much stress or pressure. So, giving yourself space and permission to experiment is key.
Okay, how does fear stop people from expressing their ideas?
Yeah, so fear can really hold people back because they might worry their ideas aren't good enough or that others will judge them. It can create a kind of paralysis where you don't share or experiment. But once you take that first step, often the fear fades and your confidence grows.
Okay. Why is
If
confidence important in creative work?
Yeah, confidence is really crucial because it gives you the courage to share your ideas, even if they're not fully formed yet. When you trust yourself, you're more likely to take risks, experiment, and keep going, even if you hit setbacks. So confidence kind of propels your creativity forward.
Okay, how can writing help us find our unique voice?
Yeah, writing is really powerful for that. When you write regularly, you get to explore your thoughts, experiment with different styles, and really hear your own voice on the page. Over time, you start to recognize patterns, things that feel authentic to you, and that's where your unique voice starts to emerge.
How can
No problem. If you were going to continue with another question, feel free to ask.
what is the importance of originality in creativity?
That's a big one. Originality is super important because it's what makes your creative work stand out. When you're original, you bring something new to the table, your own perspective, your own twist, so you're not just repeating what's already out there. It helps make your creative voice uniquely yours.
Okay, how can social media influence creativity?
Yeah, social media can be a double edged sword. On one hand, it exposes you to a ton of creative ideas and communities, so you get inspiration and collaboration. But on the other hand, it can sometimes create pressure to compare yourself or stick to trends. So it's really about using it mindfully to fuel your creativity.
Okay, why should we learn from creative people?
Yeah, learning from creative people is really valuable because they can show you different ways of thinking, problem solving, and expressing yourself. They take risks, push boundaries, and often inspire us to see beyond our own limits. So it's like a shortcut to expanding your creativity.
How can teamwork help in developing new ideas?
Yeah, teamwork is awesome for that. When you collaborate, you bring together different perspectives, skills, and experiences. So bouncing ideas off each other helps you build on concepts you might not come up with alone. It's like a creative synergy, and it pushes you to think bigger.
What habits can make a person more creative?
Ooh, great question. Some really helpful habits are things like setting aside regular time for creative practice, like daily journaling or sketching, being curious and asking a lot of what if questions, and staying open to new experiences. And of course, being patient with yourself. Creativity is a process.
Okay, how does positive thinking support creativity?
Yeah, positive thinking is really powerful because it helps you stay open to possibilities. When you have a positive mindset, you're more likely to take risks, bounce back from failure, and see connections between ideas. So it kind of frees you up to explore creatively without as much fear.
Okay, why is practice necessary for improving creativity?
Yeah, practice is super important because it's like a muscle. The more you do it, the easier it gets to generate ideas, experiment, and refine your skills. Without practice, creativity can feel kind of stagnant, but regular effort keeps ideas flowing and you keep growing.
How can failure help us become more creative?
Oh, definitely. Failure is such a teacher. When something doesn't work out, it forces you to rethink, adapt, and try new approaches. So each failure gives you insights and helps you refine your ideas. It's all part of the creative journey.
What role does technology play in creative today?
Yeah, technology is a huge enabler for creativity today. It gives us tools to create, edit, and share in ways that weren't possible before, like digital art software, AI, music production tools. It really opens up possibilities and lets anyone bring their ideas to life, often faster and more collaboratively.
Okay, how can creativity help in future careers?
Ooh, yeah. Creativity is a game changer for future careers. As the world gets more automated, creativity is what makes you stand out, whether it's problem solving, innovation, or thinking outside the box. So it helps you adapt, stay relevant, and find new opportunities no matter the field.
Okay. What
If
lesson can we learn from exploring creativity?
That's a really beautiful point. I think one big lesson is that creativity teaches us to be more open to uncertainty, to mistakes, and to new possibilities. It reminds us that there's value in the process and that we grow the most when we take creative risks.
Okay. In conclusion, creativity is a powerful gift that everyone has inside them. By exploring our ideas, practicing our talents, and believing in ourselves, we can find our unique voice and achieve success. Creativity not only makes life more colorful but also help us grow as confident and innovative individuals. Thank you everyone for listening to my discussion. I hope you learned something valuable about exploring creativity and find your unique voice. Okay, thank you.